So you just heard Steve Kerr there. He said he wouldn't change a thing about how he handled the whole Kevin Durant situation in terms of having him come back. What's your reaction to his comments?
I totally disagree. When you're dealing with a player KD status, and I can understand if Golden State was going for their first title run, but they were talking about a three-peat. Just last week, KD was only doing pool workouts. And then all of a sudden you have one practice day, and then you come out here, and then the next day you clear to play in the game. It don't make sense to me. And, you know, everybody keeps speculating and saying, oh, well, they released a statement and said in the Houston series that he hurt his calf. But usually when a player comes back from a calf strain, they have at least a protective sleeve over their calf or something to that nature. I think that it was something to do with his Achilles from the jump.
Okay.
Okay, that's my thing. And, you know, when you're dealing with a player, arguably the best player in the world in today's basketball, you're supposed to take extreme measures. I'm talking about, you know, I had a source that I talked with for as Kevon Looney, and the medical staff told him when he first got hurt that he was out, he couldn't play. Kevon wanted to play. So what his agent did was took him to 3 different doctors and got 3 different opinions other than outside the Golden State medical staff, right? And all 3 other doctors said, oh, no, he's good to play. This is a common injury. This happens in football. It can't get any worse. With Kevin Durant, it could get any worse. Now, look, this is bad for basketball, in my opinion. I think, you know, it's bad for the free agency coming up, all the teams that can clear cap space. And KD is my brother, more so than the basketball player. We have a great relationship. We talk on a regular. And I told him, I said, hey, listen, KD, man, if you're not 60%, if you're not 85 to 100%, man, he never really told me what the injury was because I try not to dig deep into it. But my whole thing is that, you know, what did he have to prove? What did he have to prove coming back? And yes, I do feel like he was pressured. I feel like he was pressured from, you know, his teammates. I feel like he was pressured from the coaching staff. I tell you one thing, you know, and I've been critical a little bit of the Oklahoma City Thunder on why KD left because, you know, everybody think he left because of Russell Westbrook, but that wasn't the case. He left because he wasn't able to beat Kevin Durant. He wasn't able to be himself outside the court. But I tell you one thing, OKC had one of the best medical staffs I ever been around. And I done been around OKC when they told Kevin Durant when he was dealing with a foot injury, no, you're not playing. It's just like, Max, you know, you watch boxing. You could tell if me and you going at it and Stephen A. Smith is in your corner and I'm banging you.
Hold on, me and you going at it, Stephen A. is in the ring with me trying to help out.
I'm saying that Stephen in your corner, he see me banging you up a little bit, but you're not bloody, you still lively, you feel like you could go, but you're not hitting me with nothing, and Stephen stopped the fight. He's stopping it for your best interest. He's protecting you as a point.
Do you think that Kevin Durant knew he shouldn't have played and felt the pressure like he had to, but in his heart knew that he was too injured to play?
I agree. Yeah, I think so. But as a competitor, you want to get out there, you know. But I have 2 twins at home. I have a pool that's outside. They 2 years old. If I leave the door unlocked, they give them access to go to the pool. But if I lock the door, they can't go outside. They can't go outside and nothing drastic could happen. I mean, I hated it.
I made this point the other night. Eddie Futch told Joe Frazier going into the 15th round in Manila, yeah, I know you want to go on. I know the title's on the line, but you're not going to get killed out there. Stop the fight.
Right.
And someone needed to be in KD's corner. It sounds like you were trying to be in his corner. The idea that that Steve Kerr said, who's a great coach, love Steve Kerr. I love the fact that he takes social stands, and who doesn't love Steve Kerr? But I disagree with him here. It's easy to say after the fact. I thought it was easy to say before the fact, which is why I was on this set, in this seat, saying so before the fact. This is common sense right here to me.
Absolutely.
And by the way, medical science is somewhat a kind of common sense science. There are very precise sciences where you got to get it to the 10th decimal point, like astronomy, right? Medical science is inexact. There's an old expression. If you hear hoofbeats in North America, don't rule out zebras, but think horses first, right? Like, you're telling me it's a calf, let's say you're wrong. Perk. Let's say that it really was the calf and not
Right.
the Achilles. I agree with you. It looked like an Achilles to me off
Right.
the bat, right? But let's say it was a calf. The calf and the Achilles are right there. Now you want me to believe, after I was sitting on the set saying, even if it's the calf, I think you risk a catastrophic injury because it looked like the Achilles. Then exactly that happens, and now you want me to believe it's two freak occurrences, completely disconnected, as though it was his shoulder, and then, no, it wasn't his shoulder. It was right here. First the injury's right here, and then the next injury's right here, and I'm supposed to believe they're not connected when they're literally connected, right? It's common sense.